Hello, I'm Shilpashri and welcome to Spotlight. Today's guest turned risk into opportunity, passion into profession, and content into career. Known for her relatable content and distinctive personality, she has built a strong connection with Gen Z audiences across platforms. Joining us today is creator Sejal Khandekar. Great to have you with us, Sejal.
Hello, thank you for having me. That was a very lovely intro. Hello, everyone. As she told you, I am Sejal Khandekar.
You left your master's degree to become a full-time creator. Was there a moment when knew this was the path you wanted to take? Like that was like a crazy decision.
It wasn't a crazy decision because I took my master's degree so that I have like 2 years in my hand to be a content creator. But when my master's degree actually started, when my classes actually started, I saw like growth in my content creation. So I was like, college is going to take a lot of time, and I don't want to do that. I want to dedicate my entire time in work. So I just left my master's degree and I was like, let's just do content creator and some freelancing.
So, what was your parents' reaction on that? Was your cool?
I mean, my parents have always been very, very, very supportive of my decisions. That's really cool of them. And to be very honest, I paid the fees, so whatever loss was, it was on me. So they were like pretty chill. They were like, until and unless you know what you're doing, we are fine with it.
What was the subject on your master's degree?
It was FTII, which is film television. So I am a bachelor in mass media, which is mass communication. So I try to pursue masters in film and television for acting.
So, was there something on your mind? Ki, if what if this not works out? What will you do? You are quitting your like master's degree for this.
There was never a point where I was like, this won't work out, because I always, I have this mindset that I know my instincts are so strong that I will make this work, and it had to work. Like, there was no option like, this is not gonna work. I just, as I told you, I started drawing when my classes started. So I noticed a pattern of what content my audience was liking. So I followed that pattern for a very long time until I hit 100k. I was also doing freelancing in social media management, so I was very much secure in my head with the financial part. So yeah.
So when you started, was there a lot of pressure around that I have to make it work or something like that?
100%, because number one, I hated desk job. I did one desk job which I did for like 6-7 days, and I was like, no, this, I'm not meant for this. I need to do something else. So I started freelancing, and freelancing was very hectic. I was working. There were days where I was working 19 hours a day. I was like, I have to work out my content creation to a level where my content creation becomes my primary source of income and primary job, and other things become very secondary. But there was a lot of pressure on me because number one, I dropped out of my college, and I had the responsibility of building a career, and I was already 23. So I was like in a lot of pressure, and I was taking all the decisions by myself. So it was really stressful for me.
Many young people want to become like creators today. Like पहले में बच्चे ऐसे डॉक्टर बनना चाहते थे, इंजीनियर बनना चाहते थे. Now they want to become a creator also. So what is the one thing they don't see behind the success?
I think लोगों को ऐसे लगता है कि content creator की life is very much easy. It is not. Like, if you are a content creator, you are working 24/7 actually, and not just a content creator. The team who works with us, they also are working day and night. So content creation is not an easy job. Viral hona and being relevant for a longer period of time and making money in this industry is not easy, because number one, it is getting saturated, and number two, everyone is coming up with a lot of creativity. So you have to keep up with the level of creativity and competition in this industry. So that is something, matlab, memes and the shorter format videos would not keep you relevant for a longer period of time. So you need to focus on your craft, you need to focus on being relevant and being viral, and you have to also focus on getting a lot of visibility, so you can make money out of it also, because at the end of the day, content creation has now become a big business. It's not just making videos. So yeah, that's something people need to. And it's not like, hey, if you're a doctor you can't make content. You can be a doctor and make content, but you just need to crack the code. How am I going to reach the audience being a doctor?
So, is there any kind of rule you follow to stay relevant to your audience?
Yeah, I do follow the rule of relatability. So I'm a person who don't do a lot of trends, but I incorporate trends in my skits. So it feels like very relevant for the time being. So that's, and I try to pick up a lot of generic topics and then merge, mix, create, and blend them into one character and make it feel so relatable that it feels personal to someone who's watching. That's how you relate to people and then go viral.
So you have also like quit your master's degree and you are also social media manager. So nowadays I have seen many people quitting their job and following content creation. So what do you think that content creation gives you the freedom what people really wants or look for in their life?
I would say me leaving the master's degree was not a very hasty decision, because I was also doing a lot of freelance work. So I had some backing to it. But if you are putting your career to risk and jumping into content creation, you don't know what's gonna happen, but you have to have the confidence in it. So I would say कि if आप चाह रहे हो कि आप कंटेंट क्रिएशन में घुसो एंड देन आपने जस्ट स्टार्ट किया है, तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव अ बैकअप प्लान टू सपोर्ट योर कंटेंट क्रिएशन. So you are confident and you are stress free, or you would put a lot of stress into your content creation, which would not. It is a creative job. You can't be stressful and do this job. You have to be very shant in your mind to do this. Even if you are creating something chaotic and funny, you need to think creative. There are times that you get a lot of creative blocks जिससे आपको literally depression आ जाता है. So it is very important to stay sane, and to stay sane in content creation, if you are starting, have a backup.
So people follow you because they find you relatable. How do you stay true to yourself while creating content for a larger audience?
Content creation में जब viral जाना होता है ना, then you don't think about yourself. You always think about the audience. And staying true to myself, I really believe in number one, I believe in my work, and number two, I believe in God. So that's how I have confidence in myself. But being true to myself, I never whenever I'm creating content, I don't think that I'm making this content for myself. I'm just thinking कि ये content से I need to reach a large amount of audience.
Yeah, but because nowadays people are like still into the virality kind of thing, that brands want that viral kind of content. So people go after that my reel should go viral. So what do you think, what cracks in what works online really? Because sometimes the heavily edited reels work, sometimes it's some simple video also goes viral. So what do you think, what works the algorithm?
The thing is, you really can't tell what would work on the algorithm. कभी कभी 1.5-2 मिनट का वीडियो भी चल जाता है, कभी कभी 10 सेकेंड का वीडियो भी नहीं चलता है, and vice versa. You just have to keep creating content, but you just know that कि अगर आप 5 लोगों के बीच में बैठे हो तो 4 लोगों के दिमाग में एक ही चीज बैठी है. Then there is a lot of connectivity and relevancy when people sit and talk, that you have to keep in mind and make your content. And to put it out creatively, you have to अगर आपका कोई कंटेंट पीस है, उसको मैच करके आप उसमें रिलेटेबिलिटी कैसे डाल सकते हो उसमें. In my, I would talk for myself. In entertainment, I don't have to put a lot of heavy editing into it. I just, because I do skits, तो मेरा जो भी होता है वो dialogue through deliver होता है. So I just, observe a lot and think from someone else's perspective to write my dialogues. That is how I function for being virality and for that sense. And heavily editing, I don't. Of course, there are people who do a lot of. And जब आपका काम हो जाता है ना और आपको पता होता है कि ये तो चलेगा मेरे लिए, so someone who is creating knows that this is gonna work and this won't work, but sometimes you just have to go for it, क्योंकि you also don't know कि आपको क्या पसंद आएगा और मुझे क्या पसंद आएगा.
So you're talking about being relevant with your audience. So do you think creators today take social media like too seriously at times, like with so much focus on views, engagement, and staying relevant? Does it sometimes start feeling like life or death situation rather than just content creation?
Yeah, 100%. I live for the numbers. If I don't see numbers, I go insane. I'm like, क्यों नहीं चल रहा है? अभी क्या करूँ मैं कि चल जाए? Mental health को थोड़ा सा problem होता है if you don't see the numbers, because you are working for the numbers. Brands will come to you for the numbers, and if they don't work out, you are मतलब बाकी कुछ सोचते ही नहीं हो तुम लोग. It affects your personal life a lot, because if मेरे numbers down हो जाते हैं, my in person also, in real life also, I get very depressed, I get very stressed out, and I मैं हाथ पैर मारना चालू कर देती हूँ कि अभी मैं क्या करूँ, अभी क्या चल रहा है. Start researching कि what should I do, what should I not. So yeah, numbers really affect your mental health when you are doing content.
So why do you think Gen Z connects so strongly with creators compared to traditional celebrities? I would not prefer to watch Alia Bhatt speaking something rather than person like me saying something to me. I will believe on that only. So what do you think? What works behind their mind?
Maybe because they feel like we are friends. Like personally, I put myself out there as a person you can chill with. If you meet me, we can chill together. And मैं बाहर निकलती हूँ तो I don't, like, celebrities have a lot of securities, that there are very less chances for people to meet them. But I meet a lot of people, and when I meet people, I don't behave as if ki, oh hi, hello, how are you? No, I just greet them as I am. कि कैसी है यार, क्या, tell me your name. So there is a very much of a personal connect, and it's not just videos. We also engage with our audience through stories. We make them a part of our life, whereas celebrities don't make them a part of their lives. So there is a lot of personal connect with our audience. Like on my broadcast also, I keep talking with my audience, and few of them I know, like a lot of them actually, hundreds of people I know personally, and I have talked to them personally. So that is why I feel Gen Zs and other people just feel a personal connect with creators more than celebrities, maybe because they have access to us.
So what do people get wrong about earning money as a creator?
Oh, they think that it's easy. They think that it's easy. Like, so whatever money we make, हमने जब स्टार्ट किया था तब 2 साल तक काम नहीं था ब्रो. Like we were just working hopelessly, and there is a lot of, when you are working with a brand, there is a lot of pressure on you to meet the expectation of the brands and all. उनके सारे restrictions follow करो, उनके सारे briefings follow करो, and then you have the pressure कि भाई ये work भी करना चाहिए. So you have to think a lot. For one brand deal, it takes more than 10 days to get to the content, and sometimes there are brands which are like कि आज आए हैं and कल video live जानी चाहिए, and it should get numbers also, and it should have all that brand integration also. It's not a easy job. It is a very difficult job, because that is the reason we have like a whole team working for us एक brand के लिए. So yeah, you make enough money, but that money is very difficult to make.
So you have started content creation when you're in college.
I started my content creation in 2024.
So about brand collaborations, how do you decide which brand collaboration to take and which ones to turn down?
uh पैसा. जो ज्यादा पैसा रहता है उनके साथ. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, money is a part of it, but also we also look to what interests us, what will interest my audience. Like I can't go out and sell a car like that. Matlab, I can, but not in a very informative way. I can sell few things. I can promote, not promote what interests my audience, and that's how I pick up on brands, and also the brands that suits my personality, my personal style, my personal choices, and whatever I have built my image on Instagram. That on that basis we choose brands. And
So have you turned down any brand collaborations, kabhi?
yeah, I have the one which does not value creators. I have turned down that. And few brands who don't give you creative freedom, or they just want उन्हें ऐसा लगता है कि हमने creator को खरीद लिया है. Those brands I have turned down.
You have built your own style and identity online. Has there ever been pressure to fit into what people expect from a female creator?
There wasn't a pressure, but there was absolutely a phase where as a female creator you get a lot of slut shame in this industry. So there have been phases where I have felt sad about what people are saying about me for no good reasons. तुम्हें hate मिलने के लिए time नहीं लगता. The downside of being viral is that you get a lot of hate, and वो sustain करना होता है because you can't change your personality for someone, because जो आपके audience है वो आपके personality की वजह से ही they are following you. I can't change myself for someone who is hating on me. So you have to sustain all those things, and for that you have to become very thick-skinned. So that is an aspect. Like I never had the pressure of changing, but I always had the pressure of accepting what I am. जो भी लोग मेरे बारे में बोले, I should take it on me, just be thick-skinned about it, and you just be myself. So that is the part.
So have you ever gone through any kind of criticism on this?
A lot of every day. In fact,
Oh.
since the day I have joined the internet, every day I have gone through criticism, slut shaming, galigaloch, bullying every day.
So how do you deal with it? Have you complained about it?
At the start, I used to feel very sad about it. I used to get very it used to affect me when I was like a small creator. But with time, you get used to it, and with time, you understand कि आप कुछ भी करो लोग आपको बोलने वाले हैं ही. So I have become so thick-skinned that like there was a time where I have gotten that threats also for just putting out a random content. Few people are very rude on the internet. You just have to be thick-skinned and ignore it. Focus on the good part.
But people have opinions, but they should be respectful about it. That is so.
I mean, yeah, people having opinions is completely fine, but people being extremely rude to you and threatening you for your life is not something great. But it happens on the internet, so it's chill. It's part of criticism, is a part of fame.
So what has helped you become more confident over the years?
Number one, I would say my friends have been a big part of my confidence, because they are the people who have cheered me a lot, and my team also, for that matter, because my team is the best team. They just keep supporting me, building they keep pushing me towards doing greater things, and they have put so much work in me. And also God, I believe the word confidence, I modify it for myself as Godfidence, because God puts a lot of confidence in me. So you just have to believe in your God and the people around you, and then you're great.
So, when people look at your life today, they see the success. So, what's the one part of your journey that you wish more people knew about?
I mean, maybe the struggle which I have gone through, like I know that talking about struggle is like it, but yeah, but
Yeah,
there was a
that
lot
was
of
a lot.
struggle. I did not in my college. I literally did not have money at all. Like I used to get 20 rupees for travel, and that's it, and that's it. So I have built everything from scratch in those two and a half years of content creation, and it was very difficult. Like as I told you, I was there was time where I was working 3 jobs to support my content creation. So it was a very 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 difficult time, and till now also I have a freelance job, but I don't do it. Someone else works for me. But yeah, everything, from writing, purchasing a phone to make content. I did not have a phone, so I had to work for 7 months to get my first iPhone to make content. And then there was a lot of struggle because I did not have any financial support to this.
What does success mean to you now compared to when you first started?
The thing is, I'm still at a stage where I don't look at everything as success. I look at it as growth. ठीक है. I know people would say कि दोनों same ही चीजें हैं, but दोनों same चीजें नहीं है. Success is where you get satisfied, and growth is where you are in the path of getting successful. So obviously 100% the graph has been like this from start. यहाँ हुआ था, now I'm like here. I need to reach here, success. So yeah, number wise, personality wise, dressing wise, money wise, I am good. I'm doing pretty good from what I was doing 2 years back. So that is where I am. I'm still on my growth slide. मुझे अभी एक्टर बनना है, मुझे बहुत सारी चीजें करनी है, टीवी पे आना है, एड्स में आना है. So yeah.
I hope that will be very very soon. So, have you talked about your struggle like often in your like YouTube videos or reels?
नहीं यार, I'm a funny person, so I don't talk about these things. But yeah, I have put those struggling के थोड़े parts in my videos in a very funny way, So I had this one thing in my mind: if you're going through misery, laugh on it, laugh on your miseries. So that's how क्या कहते हैं, trauma laughing बोलते हैं ना. Trauma laughing is a word I have just right now invented. अपने traumas पे हंसो. तो I tried to put those instances in my videos and my skits, and that has gone viral because a lot of people relate to it. So that's how I have addressed it, but not in a very serious way.
So, what do you think about subscription-based model? So, people now put their content on like subscription-based. Have you ever thought about putting your content on subscription-based model, or does that change your engagement with your audience?
I have not thought about subscription based content because right now I don't feel the need of it. But yeah, if I have something premium to sell, so I would definitely go for subscription based content. For example, if I am doing something on a very high production, I would like to have a little monetization or little premium access to the people who wants to actually watch that content. You know what I'm saying? And that content would not be for everyone. Like, you know what I'm saying कि ऐसा कंटेंट होगा जो सबके शायद समझ में नहीं आए या फिर सबके लिए ना हो वो कंटेंट. So if I ever make such content, I would definitely go for the subscription model. It might affect my personal audience, but I will set that subscription model with a thought only कि ये सबके लिए नहीं होगा. So if this does not work, I always have the option to put it on my original feed.
There has to be something special about it.
Yes, 100%.
So looking ahead, you are like looking for be in ads and films.
Yeah, big time, big time. Because I come from a theater background, I knew that I always want to be famous. Now I want to be like बहुत ज़्यादा famous कि my face is on a billboard or it's on TV when my mom is watching it. So yeah, I really want to be in ads and films one day.
Okay, so that was all my question. Sejal, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your journey, insights, and experience with us today. And thank you to everyone for watching this episode of Spotlight. I am Shilpa, and I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.